Hi, I'm Tim Starling, and I'm here to introduce a brand new innovative role-playing game. So move aside Will Wright, move aside Sid Meier, because a new guy's in town. What is this game, you might ask? The game's called Marriage, and it has a lot of things that you can use. The background of the story is that you are newlywed and the love that you have for your significant other is pulsing through your veins. The courtship was beautiful and the honeymoon was perfect, but now the real work begins. Your new life has begun, and as a result, you must learn to live with that person. So it's time for you to start thinking about what habits you have and lifestyles you live, because your new life is not by yourself, but with a new person.
We will start with the role of the wife and then venture to the role of the husband. When selecting the wife, you are presented with a few choices in order to build the perfect character. This screen shows what you will see when you begin the game. The first selection is the fitness selection. This selection allows you to choose if your character is going to be a fit person who always works out and wants to look their best, or a person who does not know what fitness means. In order to choose the correct style, all you have to do is slide the bar to the desired amount. The farther to the right, the more fit you will be, and the farther to the left, the more unfit you will be. The second selection is the finance selection. In this selection, you'll be given the opportunity to choose if you have a job that provides a large amount of money for you, making you independent, all the way to the right, or a person who is very dependent upon your significant other, all the way to the left. The third selection is the critiquing selection. In this selection, you will be given the opportunity to choose how you critique your significant other. Sliding the bar to the right causes you to critique your significant other in a constructive manner. Sliding the bar to the left causes you to nag your significant other into an early grave. The fourth and the last selection is the mothering selection. This selection provides the ability to choose who you are more like, your mother-in-law or your own mother. The farther to the right, you are more like your mother-in-law, and the farther to the left, the more you are like your own mother. Remember, in each section, you can move as far left or as far right as you would like to.
Once your character's attributes are figured, you then play as that person. The player must keep track of two important bars. The first bar is called the female bar. In this bar, your actions reflect how much the bar goes up and down. Every player starts with 100 in their bar, and if the bar dips below 50, then the game is over. The second bar is your marriage bar. This bar reflects your actions. For example, if you created your avatar to be a fit person and decided to skip working out because your husband is hungry, then your female bar will decrease, but your marriage bar will increase. This results in the player having multiple options to choose from.
At the end of the day, your avatar will be confronted with a major problem. Your reaction to this problem will result in giving your avatar a boost in either the female bar or in the marriage bar, or even both. The problems that occur, for example, are your husband is going to dinner with his friends and leaving you at home. Your husband has a new friend at work, and it's a she. Your husband forgot your anniversary. And lastly, your husband is gaining weight, and you are not attracted to him. Remember, how you answer will affect the outcome of your bars. Each selection will have a consequence to your avatar.
The game ends with you lasting 2 weeks with your significant other in marriage. Each day is 30 minutes of real time, resulting in 7 hours of gameplay.
Much like the wife's role, you are given a choice of how you would like to customize your avatar. For the husbands, the selection are the following. Fitness. Do you keep up your appearance, or have you allowed yourself to become a couch potato? Fitness is all the way to the right, couch potato is all the way to the left. Finances. Do you give your money freely to your wife? All the way to the right. Or are you a penny pincher? All the way to the left. Masculinity. Are you a real man's man, a machismo? All the way to the right. Or are you a sensitive, caring person? All the way to the left. And lastly, childability. Do you love kids and do well with them? All the way to the right. Or do you despise the little rugrats? All the way to the left. Remember, each selection will give you the opportunity, like the wife selection, to choose the amount that you would like to have. And remember, how you answer will affect each bar.
Once your character's attributes are figured, you then play as that person. The player, like the wife, must keep track of two important bars. The first bar is called the man bar. In this bar, your actions reflect how much the bar goes up and down. Every player starts with 100 in their bar, and if the bar dips below 50, then the game is over. The second bar is your marriage bar. This bar reflects your actions. For example, if you created your avatar to be a real man and not help your wife cook, then your male bar will increase, but your marriage bar will decrease. This results in a player having multiple options to choose from. A player can begin the day by working out, making breakfast, interacting with your significant other, or just staying in bed, but remember that each action has repercussions.
Just like the wife avatar, the player will be presented with a major problem at the end of the day. Your actions will result in bonus points for either your male bar or your marriage bar. Some of the problems include: your wife spent too much money, your wife is gaining weight, your wife is pregnant, your wife has a new friend, and it's a he. Remember, how you answer will affect the outcome of your bars. Each selection will have a consequence to your avatar.
Now that you've seen the premise of the game, I bet you have some questions, so let's get to them right now.
The target audience that this game is shooting for is the married, engaged couple. This is a huge monetary section of the gaming market that has been for the most part ignored. What each player learns from this game is how to make their marriage last, and at the same time, from not changing themselves totally in order to be a new person. It also teaches what the opposite sex goes through. This is why the player will enjoy this game. Not only are they having fun manipulating their avatar, but they also see the consequences that their certain actions cause. If they want to see what would happen if they ignored their wife for an extended period of time, then they could try the simulation out without doing it themselves. Remember, this game is here to save marriages from failing. This not only provides the player with informative information, but it also allows the audience to have fun and try out different things that they may never have done with their own significant others. This is where the most exciting part of the game lies. The player can see what their significant others go through, try out different scenarios, and lastly and most importantly, see their beautiful marriage succeed. This game will end up taking only 7 hours to complete and can be played at different points of the day. Now, how I will exceed expectations for this is by providing lots of images and statistical information to the buyer. This way, the buyer will always be able to see what they are going to get out of this game. Not only that, I will use my own marriages and those of my friends to research and delve into what makes a marriage tick. This includes what angers wives about husbands and vice versa. Now, since this game is in the beta form, there are some bugs that we need to talk about. The game does provide a lot of choices for each person, but at the same time, more choices could be given. This can be overcome by changing their avatar customization and playing as a different person. Also, at this point in time, the marriages that are given are male to female, but with changing the appearance of the avatar, the player can manipulate how each person looks. The tools that a player can use to overcome the problems is that the player uses their brain to figure out what would be the correct thing to do. If the player notices that they are losing too much on one bar, then they will need to do whatever they can to change that and customize the problems.
Thank you for listening to this presentation for the game Marriage. I look forward to hearing from you again.